Welcome, everyone, to the Trust the Plan podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jim.
And this is the Feel Good edition.
It's always a favorite.
Yep,
Fan
that's
favorite.
right. Usually once a month.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Definitely.
All right, so guys, today we're in the new Peak Global HQ studios. Last week we talked about this with Ben, right?
Yep.
Got some new equipment. We got Sam here in our corner, so we're really upping our game. So if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like and a share and a subscribe and ring the bell and everything like that. So today, Jim and I came across this Twitter post by Finances with Sam. You can see we got the post here. And this just jumped out at me for a couple of reasons. So I'm scrolling Twitter, and I see this. It says, you and your wife/husband cross $1 million in total net worth. Would you call yourself a millionaire? Jim, want to take the question?
Yeah. My first reaction to that is, yeah, technically, you're a millionaire. You have your assets total over $1 million.
Okay, that's that. Just technical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black and white, right?
Yeah. So my thought was, no way, because millionaire, I have ingrained in my mind like the 1989 definition, which is like, it's a ton, like super rich. Okay. And now it's just not the same as 1989, right? It's just not the same. So my answer was no, because, the definition, like the feeling of millionaire, requires more money now. That's, I guess, my gist.
I can see why you went that way, and my brain did as well. Like my first thought was, well, yeah, technically you're a millionaire, but thinking back to when I was young, a millionaire was like, man, you were a millionaire. Like you were set for life,
Right.
Like it was this big milestone.
You're rich.
And like you were rich and all this stuff. But like you said, that the connotation that comes with millionaire isn't the same.
Okay.
I feel like today as it was back then.
I agree completely. Okay. But now, so then I replied on here, and then like the next day I went back to see if there was any action on what I said. Of course, there was nothing, because it's, I don't have much of a Twitter presence. But I was reading the other comments, okay? And like half of the comments were talking about what we just mentioned, like by the definition of are you a millionaire or not. But let's look closely. You and your wife/husband cross $1 million, okay? And so that, I think, was the key of what he was asking is, if there's two people with a total net worth of $1 million, are you a millionaire? Because if we were the husband and wife, that's $500,000 each, totaling $1 million, okay? And then everyone was on here saying, no, you're not a millionaire because you only have $500,000. And I was like, oh, they're coming at it from a different view. I read the question completely differently, right?
Yeah, that's a very interesting way to look at it, because that didn't enter my mind at all.
Right. So Sam here, right, he looks younger. I don't know if he's married or not. I have no idea. But I think I'm older. Like I have the gray hair and the gray beard,
Right.
So I'm just kind of thinking of it, well, maybe because I'm older, I look at it through a different lens. Maybe thinking that I just assume that it's his and hers.
Yeah.
Right? That's just ingrained into my belief system that it's ours. It's not mine and yours. And so when I do update the net worth statement every month with the expense tracking and everything, we practice what we preach. I don't look at my value of X and say, well, my net worth is only X divided by 2.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a interesting way to look at it. And now that you're mentioning it, thinking back to, we have clients who come in sometimes, and how much is in the bank? Well, my bank or her bank, right? Well, what do you mean? It should be our bank, right? When we talk to people about this, a best practice in our mind is it's not my assets, your assets, it's our assets. We're a family unit. We're working towards the same goals.
Totally agree. One of the first things we did when we got married was open up a joint checking account and set up the direct deposit from each paycheck into one joint account.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get the feeling that Sam doesn't do that.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But, he put out this question, and there's like 160,000 views, which is pretty good for someone. The guy has like 1,000 followers, which is more than me. And I never had this much engagement on Twitter. The most engagement we ever had was the tipping reel, right? Where we got slammed.
Yeah, that was
because I didn't want to tip the guy at
Five Guys.
At Five Guys, yeah, because it was already over $50 to start with for 3 burgers.
Right.
All right. So, any closing thoughts here for Sam?
Yeah, I mean, going back to, I think it's a best practice to, it's not mine and yours, it's ours when you're married and you're a family unit. I think that's the best practice, so, and that's how I approached his comment is, are you a millionaire? I would say, yes, technically you are because your family unit is. But that's, maybe I'm the old guy in the room.
All right. So I'm going to change the definition of millionaire. The new millionaire is 10 million, guys. Okay. Because we see people that have millions. And, it's just not
enough.
It's just not the same as it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not the same. So I'm saying 10 million is the new millionaire. So we just keep moving the goalposts, So if you have $1 million between you and your spouse or more, we'd love to work with you. Look us up at peakwm.com. You can schedule an appointment online. And I think it's time for a second opinion. So we'll see you next time.